Alright, as you can see right here, after all that modification I made on the engine compartment and stuff, so the old throttle pedal, I kept it, I just modified it a little bit. It's not going this way, but it is now to the rear, more longer and stuff, you know, and more to the right side to make space for the new brake pedal. And this is the clutch pedal. I'm not gonna explain right now how it works for those who don't know clutch. Just Google it. The clutch is that pedal on the left foot that releases the tension between engine and transmission while you are changing gears manually. Yeah. So I use the old brake pedal because I have a new one that goes to the front side of the body. I'm gonna show it to you later. And this one, as you see, when you push it, it pulls that cable here, and I don't know if you can focus on that together. Yeah. So here we have our clutch, and once I pull here, you see, it releases the tension, and when I release, zack. That's it. You must have about 1 centimeter, or I don't know how in inch. 1 inch is 2.5 centimeters. So, yeah, something from an inch. The movable like this, you know, 1 centimeter, about 1 centimeter. That's actually a good sign. And as you see here, yeah. It's a bit more like this. I have to put a spring here or something that keeps it. I don't know, still have to find. But this is all prototypes. Later I'm gonna fix all that, and you know, all the mistakes. Like for example, the transmission right now have to be more strength before I start making my test drives, because I just ran the engine yesterday, and I think that belt here pulled the transmission a bit, turned it a bit to the left here, and I have lost more tension on the chain here, you know. So I have to push it a bit to the other side and weld it on the motor mount cage here, or how to call it, yeah, and make it stronger. Yeah, I tried yesterday, I ran the engine, I even put it in gear and it ran away, and the tank here, the gas tank was sitting on this on a stool here, and it took it with it, and I'm thankful that that killed the engine immediately and nothing happened because it ran really about 3 meters. Yeah, I know, it was pretty dangerous. Yeah. Okay, so as I said, the throttle is connected, the air cleaner is gonna come here on the top, another fuel tank will be mounted somehow that looks cooler than this, you know, thing. And yeah, let's put the front side and show you the brake pedal and all the pedals, how it works. We have the gas pedal, the brake pedal. I made it a little bit here. This shape, you know, I like it. It's the same thing here, rod that I used for this one, I think, but I shaped it a little bit. I wanted to give it some, yeah. And you know, here is the Mercedes-Benz 190 brake master cylinder, and this one is not gonna stay here, you know, this brake line. I'm gonna put a copper brake line, but we have hard times fitting everything and with all those banjo fittings and stuff, you know, but I hope soon it will work, you know. And yeah, here's the brake, you push it, you brake, activate the brakes, and yeah, the right foot for those both, and the left foot will be for the clutch, you know. pretty optimistic and wishing everything will work fine. So as you can see, and you know in previous video that we had hard times fitting those suspensions here. So I pressed them together the maximum I could go, and it works better. This support was a little bit moving, but I strengthened it here. It works, both of them, and I'm gonna go for 1200 lbs. This is pounds, or how to call it. This is 650, and I'm gonna go for 1000 or 1200, but later now it's not so important. Still have other fears, is that those drive shafts from the side, for the sides here on the differential, they are too long under the wheels here. Yeah, as you can see it, yeah. And I am scared that this will not hold all the system, and it is not easy right now to change everything, cut and weld and repair. I had really enough from that. So the brakes works, they are mounted out there too, calipers and everything. This will be mounted somehow later, and you know, so the hard times I'm having right now, as I mentioned, is finding a banjo that goes to the copper lines, and I have no idea how this will work. I have no idea. It is really, there is nothing to find, and I invested already 50 euros on only the new brake system, because another 50 or more euros went to the old system I made on the other axle and stuff, you know. And if you check for banjo fittings here, they cost really a lot of money. It is about 30 euros, 25 euros. It's too much money for now. No, I spend enough money on this project. So I have to find an alternative, another idea and stuff, you know. Yeah, other issue is that with the new axle, as you can see here, the wheels are touching the body, and the body still have to go a few centimeters, 2 or 3 centimeters down, and it touched more. So now I have only one solution, is that I have to cut on the body this how to call it in English, just like the Model A. I'm gonna show you that in this picture right now. So yeah, as you see, so I make this one, I have to cut circle just exactly the same sides of the wheel and push it to the inside a bit, because I have place here, if you can see that. I still have a bit of place, you know. So I push that to the inside, and then I make it, I weld it like a tunnel or something for the rear wheels on the body. Yeah, I didn't want to make that because I liked the shape, how it took, but you know, when you have to do it, you have to do it. Yeah. The rear side of the body is just sitting right there now, yeah, so I have to screw it and stuff, and it goes a bit more down and lower, I mean. Yeah, this is the engine from another side. I'm gonna pull the clutch, and so let's push it here. Pull the clutch. See how it works, the springs. It's pretty known system, you know, for those guys that work on the lawn mowers, racing lawn mowers and stuff, you know, they use the same system. I got the idea from them. I didn't invent anything right here. So another thing that I am thinking, if I'm gonna do that, but I have no much place because this thing was designed to work the way it is. So I wanted to, oops, firewall, I hate it. Yeah, so as you see here, those bicycle springs I put on the front, they are 650 pounds. Also, if I stand here, there is not much trouble of suspension maybe to the rear. You know, they do something, but it's not what I was wishing. And I have to put a camera here and mount it really to the body, that it is not shaky and stuff. And I drive it through some holes to see how it works exactly. But I redesigned the same system, the whole system, because after building that on the rear suspension, I discovered that those springs here, they are not built, you know, to spring exactly the same way that I use them. So they need, let's say it is mounted here, they need a lot longer here axle or something to make more travel space, you know, and more, how to explain that, more pressure on them, you know. And the way I make it, it works, but not how it's supposed to do, you know. So I thought if I can make other holders here and I put them in the middle, so they will have really enough, about 2 to 2.5 feet to the outside, and maybe they have more space to travel. But I have no idea if I'm gonna do that right now. But I can show you this drawing here. As you see, the wrong side way and the right way how to do it. But still didn't try it, you know. It's just a theory. Maybe it works, maybe not. But I think it will work, because I ordered the same 650 pounds springs and I put them on the rear. And just when I left the car on the ground, they just didn't make it. They just got pressed together to the end. I was really surprised. And yeah, so then later I discovered my mistake, you know. So I had to make them differently on the rear and stuff. So I said on the front, there is no benefits from making them lighter or something like 400, 450 pounds, or even 300 or 200 pounds if I find them. I saw some of them for those children wagon, you know. So, but I'm not gonna go for that. I'm just gonna keep them the same way, or maybe put them to the rear, to the inside a little bit. The other ones on the rear, I'm going for some stronger ones. And let's see, here you can see the brake cylinder. Let's zoom in a little bit. Maybe you can see everything from here. Let's go this way. Yeah. So we'll have hard times fitting the firewall because of this thing here, so I have to find a way. It's removable, just 2 screws. I remove it. I have to make a hole in the firewall, but you know, no, something must happen right there. But I'm gonna do it. Next step will be maybe the rear body, or maybe the tunnel for the drive shaft, maybe the reservoir, the tank, maybe, I don't know. So maybe mounting the firewall. Yeah, I have to make shifters. Shifter and handbrake. Handbrake will be here. Handbrake will go to the transmission here. Yeah, another step, I have to strengthen the transmission, as I said, here. And then the handbrake will go here. I have already the cables, and I have to make a lever here. And yeah, another lever will be, I have to find a mechanical system how to shift from here now. Yeah. When I shift here, so I have to move something, that moves something, and that moves another thing, and another thing moves. Somehow I have to shift. Yeah. So maybe soon, maybe next video, I can go for another test drive. Who knows? Thanks for watching again. See you later, and have a nice week.